Hey, everybody, and welcome to the United Spot YouTube Live. I'm going to be doing these every once in a while. I'm going to try it out to see if YouTube will allow me to do this. Again, we had a few hiccups here with YouTube taking out quite a few of the videos and flagging a lot of them. So I'm going to keep the I'm gonna go in here with caution, basically. But I do want to thank you all so much for being here and checking out my YouTube channel. Been posting a lot of live content, um, and I'm gonna get to saying hi to everybody in here in just a second. But if you could please share this live out, and absolutely, Tammy, this was heard. Um, so this was actually Tammy's idea. Tammy's done a lot of support over there on X and YouTube as well. So I wanted to thank her for getting me to do this here. It's not something that wanted to stop doing. It's because YouTube has been a little bit antsy. So I'm gonna do maybe a couple of these a week. Maybe we'll give it a shot, and we're gonna test the waters. So that being said, I'm gonna talk instead of actually playing the videos, and I hope you don't mind. Um, but I'm gonna talk for a little bit on the first live, and maybe just pay attention to the people that are here and support them and thank them for being here. I do hope that you guys can do me a huge favor by supporting my YouTube channel in any way you possibly can. That would be great. I'm down to one video a day, and I was going to take Sunday off, but then I noticed a huge drop when I took Sunday off. So now I'm just going to keep going 7 days a week, uploading one video per day. So if you don't get the videos, that day, at least check out my YouTube channel daily just to, check and see. One video a day is a lot. Big Slinkin. Tammy, Big Slinkin. Merc Mad. David Smith, how are you? Tommy Rock. John Castaneda, how are you? Great to see you here. The Awakened. Bill McMonigal, great to see you here. Monkey Grab Orange, great to see everybody here today. And yeah, it would mean a lot if you guys would share this live out and help out with the United Spot. That'd be awesome. I'm going to do one thing here real quick, so don't mind me. I'm going to put you on hold for just 1 second. Hang on for just 1 second. All right, I'm back. What I'm going to do this one is I'm going to thank everyone for being here, by the way. Captain Spalding, how are you? David Smith. And I'm going to play some videos in the background, but I'm not going to have any sound because apparently some of the videos have been flagged. Graham Hicks, how are you? Um, I'm going to play some videos in the background, just, so it's not a completely boring space. Undercover Brother, how you doing? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play those while I talk, and I'm just going to kind of give you a story of what's been going on with United Spot here while you watch some of these silly videos in the background, and we can get reacquainted. Let's see here. I think that'll work. Hunter G Adventures, great to see you here. So the United Spot now has been in business for a little over 10 years now. I started on Facebook and migrated to YouTube I've had a few YouTube channels over the years that were taken down. I've had a few Facebook accounts that were taken down. Um, but I kept going. And at the moment, without the videos, because when I first started making videos, I didn't know how to save the videos, so I lost quite a few from my other accounts. But I've got about 4,000 videos right now. 4,000 videos on YouTube, and I'm pretty proud of that. Put a lot of work into that. Um, my videos, they range from 2 to 4 minutes long. Some people think they're a little bit too long. Aussie Greg, how are you? Um, some people think they're a little too long. Some people think they're a little too short. Some people think that they're just right. So I try to make everybody happy. Um, but in the meantime, I've been kind of doing a different thing for my videos now. So usually I was putting around 2 videos a day. There was a moment I was in absolute desperation. I was putting up like 4 or 5 videos a day, and I apologize for that. I was just absolutely desperate. YouTube was doing some crazy, crazy things, and I thought, you know, maybe if I just flood YouTube with United Spot videos, and everything is going to work out. And unfortunately, it did the reverse effect. Um, so what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to do um, the least I possibly can to annoy anybody here on YouTube. So I'm putting up 1 video a day, and I'm going to take no days off. Some days I will have an old video up. So it's not because I'm trying to be a grifter. It's not because I'm trying to um, be a grifter. It's because maybe that particular video didn't do very well. Um, it's kind of like doing a job for 8 to 10 hours, and your boss never knew you did it, and So what I'm trying to do is if I don't have a video that made it, if it only got maybe 3,000 views, um, please don't be upset with me if I post it again in a month or two. Some days I will do a compilation of videos to where I'll put together 30 minutes worth of United Spot videos. Now, if I did all of my videos, I would have probably, I think I worked it out to, as the 4,000 videos averaging about 2 to 3 minutes long. I think it worked out to like almost 2 weeks long, like from start to finish. So that would be pretty awesome. Ed MC, how are you? Lost Elf. And if anybody would like to donate to the United Spot, I'm not going to say no. That would be an amazing thing to have you guys donate. I have a Cash App and I have a PayPal that's in the description. I'm actually raising money right now because YouTube has been so bad to me. They got, hey, it's. I'm not the only one that's going through this. So, Mike White 2A Advocacy, how are you? VT Mur 42. So, checking out my YouTube channel would be awesome. I'm going to pause this real quick. I just want to kind of go over a few things. Actually, hang on. See if I could do something here. Check this out here real quick. All right, so, okay. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to pause this video. Another reason why I'm not playing the volume on this is because it's an X video. It's 2 hours long, and it's got a lot of cuss words in it. So hang on just for a second. Let me reboot. VT Mur 42. Thank you so much for that. That was awesome. Southern Sass, great to see you here. So here is, hopefully everybody can see this. I'm gonna check here real quick. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Happy Memorial Day to everybody and to all the veterans as well. Um, don't know if everybody can see the screen here. I hope everybody can see the screen. Let me see here. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like they can. Okay. So we got Gene. As cool as America feels, you are United Spot in us followers wish you would give the Adam Shift avatar or Thurston Howell sounding voice since the Adam Schiff is an elitist Californian. I'll think about that. I'll think about that. Southern Sass, I think I subbed in 2020. Is that when you started this channel? No. I started this particular channel, I believe, was started in 2017 or 2018. And the previous channels that I started were in 2014, 2013 and 2014. And that was shortly after I started my first account on Facebook, and all of those accounts were taken down. Gene, how are you? Great to see you here. So this right here is the United Spot YouTube channel. 333,000 subscribers, close to 4,000 videos. These are some of the brand new videos that I've created. This one right here, the slap around the world. I know that everybody saw that. You'd have to be living under a rock if you didn't see that. That was President Macron. That was just too funny for words. I don't know. I don't even know how you spin that into a psyop. I mean, that was a lover's quarrel. That was, and there's a whole, I can't really say it on YouTube, but there's a whole another story going on with his wife. And I think Michelle Obama could probably explain it a lot better than Joan Rivers. So this one right here was one of my favorites as well. No, that's not the one. That was the super terrific happy hour. That's a 20-something minute of a collaboration that I did. There's 23 minutes of all the videos that I did for the week. So if you haven't checked out the Slap Heard Around the World, check that out, or definitely bookmark it and watch it a little bit later. Definitely share it out. This one was great too. This one was Politicians Lose It Over the President's Plans to Make America Great Again. The reason why this is so funny is it has Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, AOC, and Hillary Clinton, and they're all just completely upset with the president's plan to make, to all the things that he's doing, all the things that he's undone that the Democrats have done. It's just, a lot of people don't really understand. They think I'm just trying to be funny, but I'm not only trying to be funny in my videos, I'm also trying to be very truthful and creative in the way that I bring factual content from current events to life. So this one is actually pretty funny too as well. That's when Nancy loses it. I don't know if anybody watched her open floor rant where she was obviously on a different level of holy cow. She was ranting and raving and sounded like she had just gotten off the bus with a bottle of Rite Aid vodka and just started talking for no reason. This was actually a video that was actually brought to my attention, but from somebody on X who will remain nameless, and I respect her privacy. But she asked if I could do something with Nancy Mace, because I don't know if you guys remember what Nancy Mace was doing the other day. She was showing some pictures of herself with very little to the imagination on a Congress hearing. And so I added Chris Christie into the mix, and she was very happy with it. So now this video right here, I take a lot of pride in this video right here because it's a very clear indication of what in the hell is going on. For 4.5, 5 years, I would say, maybe even a little bit longer, we've been fed this story that a particular prisoner who lived on an island committed unaliving themselves. And we were told that he, didn't. So we were told that Hillary Clinton was involved, Bill Clinton was involved, other people were involved. And then during this Fox interview, within 5 seconds, both of these FBI agents, director and deputy director, and I have nothing ill to say about either one of them. They both follow me on True Social. They're both great people, and I believe that they truly want to help America. But this one really caught me off guard when and they've been real big advocates of saying that he did not act alone as well. But then to find out that he did, in fact, act alone. And this is what they said. And everybody was just kind of like, wow. But that being said, though, there have been zero arrests. Zero people have been taken into custody or questioning. Nobody's been disciplined. Nobody's been fired. And very, very strange. I really like this video a lot. This was you'd have to. I mean, even if you have no medical what is it called, medical experience at all, you'd have to be completely crazy to think that he didn't know. Like he didn't know. Like he had no clue what was going on. Everybody in his cabinet knew. His doctor knew the whole thing. They did this for a particular reason because they knew what they were doing, and their plan was either to push him forward for another cheat session, or they were going to push on the Kamala thing. When they realized none of that was working, now they're doing the sympathy. What really bothers me, and I made a post about this on X, and I made it on Facebook. I said, breaking news, the memory hole deepens. No arrest made. COVID vanished from memory. 2020 election concerns erased from discourse. Hillary Clinton's alleged crimes ignored. Bill Clinton's 27 trips to Epstein Island buried. Nancy Pelosi's insider trading brushed aside. Epstein's client list locked away. Fauci's lies to the nation forgotten. Bill Gates' lies to the country dismissed. Calls for violence by some politicians conveniently swept under the rug. And then I said, it's almost like we're being played. And it feels that way. It really does. Because in 4 years, if anybody can remember this particular YouTube live, are we going to be in the same place or even worse? All I know is that in the over 10 years that I've been creating content, I've gotten better at making videos. I've gotten better at doing the voices. I've gotten better at doing editing, but I've also gotten smarter in understanding what is actually going on. And it's terrifying to know. It's terrifying. And I know a lot of you have gone down a few rabbit holes yourself to see the truth, and it's terrifying to see. But it is what it is, and we have to live with that, I guess. The Seashell Gate. This is Comey, former FBI Director Comey, who you all remember from the Hillary Clinton gets a pass with her 33,000 deleted emails. And I had this was a great video where I had Kash Patel and Dan Bongino interviewing James Comey. It was just really, really great. I really enjoyed making that video. This one was why should I arrest you? And this was something that I wanted to make this a series, but it didn't do so well. So usually when a video doesn't do very well, I don't take it personal. I don't get upset and cry. I just realize that, the people have spoken. They didn't really like the video too much, and I'll just go ahead and move on and maybe try again some other day. But my aim was to do a weekly show where I'd have a different politician on the show, Why Should I Arrest You?, giving out actual crimes and things that they've been at least accused of or even have done. And it's a very inventive comedic way to educate people that don't have the time to do the research that some of these people are able to do on a daily basis. Where are we here? Anyways, so I got a lot of videos. I got tons of videos to choose from. Changed my logo here. Changed my logo up here too as well. Let's see what's going on. I haven't looked at this for a while. So these are the links to my Cash App and my PayPal. That's just a description of the YouTube channel. So, but anyways, yeah, if you guys would do me a huge favor and go over there, that would be pretty awesome. I stopped selling shirts mainly because I couldn't sell anymore. So appreciation to the few people that did buy a shirt and a hat. The place that I was using was called Teespring, and they were horrible people. So I canceled that account with them, and I started making like two. I think I have one shirt now on Amazon. So if anybody's interested, if you want to go over to Amazon and pick up a United Spot T-shirt or a hoodie, um, that would be awesome too as well. But I'm not going to push that envelope. Um, Let me see here. Let's get back to this one. Okay. I think everybody can see this. Okay. So let's go ahead and play this one here real quick. Again, I'm not going to play any sound, not because I don't want you to see anything. I just, um, these aren't bleeped out words. There's a lot of them, and YouTube is just extremely crazy. So let's get to some comments here real quick. Graham Hicks, Blue Chew should sponsor you. I don't know if my wife would appreciate that, but that would be kind of fun. Maybe she would appreciate that. I don't know. Free Blue Chew. Count Trumpula, Reckoning is here. Say hi. They'll be work with us for some time. Oh, buckle up and be extra safe. Teacher Lynn, Pizza Hut or something. Tammy, do some Nancy voice. Well, Tammy, I think that would be a pretty good idea if I knew how to do the Nancy voice. But yeah, I'll give that some thought, and I'll get back to you. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do the Nancy voice. I don't know. I would love to get a sponsor, Teacher Lynn. I would love to get a sponsor. Been trying to get a sponsor for many, many years. I did have technically a sponsor about 6 years ago, I believe. It was a coffee cup. And I was approached by somebody who randomly sent me a message on Facebook and said, "Hey, I got this coffee cup. It's a color changing coffee mug. Would you be interested in putting this into some of your videos and I can sponsor you, the United Spot?" And I said, "That'd be great." I wasn't making much money off YouTube at that time. I was working full time. So anything I was able to make extra to put towards United Spot to make it grow, I was on board. So he offered me a little bit of money. I think it was probably about maybe $1,000 a month, which is pretty laughable. But I was appreciative, you know. When I say laughable is because of how much work I put into these commercials for the $1,000. So in return, he wanted two commercials a day. He wanted them on YouTube and he wanted them on Facebook. So I had to make two 30 to 40-second commercials, which are still on a lot of my old videos from years ago. And at first he seemed okay, and at first $1,000 for as a sponsor seemed pretty awesome at the time, until about two or 3 months later, where I was just going nuts because I couldn't keep this up, especially just didn't have enough time, and he was starting to get a little upset and pushy, and so finally I had to cut him loose, and he ended up really, really screwing me over. He ended up calling. And he demanded a refund and all that. It was the whole entire scene. So that didn't work so well. But I would definitely really. I mean, I don't care if a pizza parlor supports the United Spot. That would be incredible because, a lot of people don't realize this has been my full-time job since 2020. I got let go of my job. I was there for about 16 years, and yeah, so this is my full-time job. And like I said, it's been good times, really bad times, and it's been great times. But anything to to where I'm able to keep the United Spot going and still take care of my family, that would be awesome. So everybody knows that I work hard. So I mean, it's I definitely don't just sit around and not make content all the time. So. Count Trumpula, you're a trip, bro, a classic. Of course they hate you. That's the point. Drones them in like flies. They snap. They're Sofa King. Yeah, I love that line. That's a great line. Gene, Doge is the word was a funny, cool parody. A lot of people that watch this channel love it. Thank you, Gene. Wow, Tammy, thank you so much. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. What a great line. Thank you, Tammy. Great. Thank you. Thank you for that. United Spot panties with a well-placed logo. Brilliant. That would be great. Captain Spaulding, Priceless, Aussie Greg. So many T-shirts will be worth a lot of money now. I think Bill's got a T-shirt. That looks like the logo right there on his. I can't pull up his. I think that is a T-shirt from the United Spot on Bill's profile. That's pretty cool. Thank you if that is a T-shirt from the United Spot, Bill. I appreciate that. Teacher Lynn, Jacqueline. Let's see what we got. So on average, I do about only the people that really follow the United Spot know this, but on a regular, I do about 300 voices, give or take. And I'm dropped so many different actors. Weekly, I get, like Jasmine Crocker was dumped into my lap about a year and a half ago. So I did, immediately when she came onto the scene, I did a Jerry Springer with her, Marjorie Taylor Greene, AOC, and it turned out to be incredible. I did several videos of her about a year or so, about almost 2 years ago. That's the great thing about politics is that you get new actors all the time. And I have gotten a lot of grief over the Captain Spaulding. How are you? I've gotten a lot of grief over the voices. Everybody tells me to do the real voices of Donald Trump or Nancy Pelosi or Joe Biden, and they want me to use software that would make them sound that way. And I said, then they wouldn't really necessarily be authentic. From day one, I've always saw the characters how I see them, so I can actually create them into my own personal character. So they're mine. I don't necessarily own them, but the voices. The hardest part is remembering doing all the voices. That's the hardest part. Adam Schiff he's changed over the years. At first, he kind of sounded. He was very strange, and then he started talking like this. So I had him, I changed him up a little bit. Joe Biden's always been, Joe Biden. He's always been. Hunter's already, Hunter's always like, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Yeah. Obama's he's always been the same too. Obama's like the only one that's ever kind of like always sounded the same. Always sounded the same. And so that's I've always stuck to my guns, and I've never changed anything because I've always wanted to be authentic. I've always wanted to be original. So I've just always kept my voices, and no matter how many times people have peer pressured me, and the AI technology has gotten so crazy that everybody is just like everybody's a content creator now. It's and I'm hoping that this, don't get me wrong. Some of it's entertaining, but it's not really authentic. It's just you telling an AI app to do something and create something. It's not really original. So, I'm just gonna stick to my guns. And if the sink ships because of it, hey, at least I left with some dignity, and I didn't become a walking robot for the people that because in the end, as a content creator, you're not really making content for yourself. You're not making content that makes yourself laugh, but at the same time, you have to have some pride in what you do. And my number one job is to make you guys laugh. That's my main job. That's all I want to do is make you guys laugh. And when you guys leave me a comment that, oh, that was hilarious or that was funny, that is literally the best thing ever. Seriously. The Cult of Lindis. Random question. Are you going to get the Switch 2? I don't even know what the Switch 1 was. David Smith, thank you so much. God bless you as well. I appreciate that. Thank you. David Turner. Elon just had a launch. Haters on there. A launch vid would be epic. I've done over. So here's a story about a man named Brady. I have done over 115 videos of Elon Musk. Count Trumpula, thank you. I don't know how to play video games. I'm very bad at video games. I don't think that would work. So I have, every content creator has some goal. My goal was obviously to be shared by President Trump. Mission granted. Or I think that's how you say it. Mission. I succeeded in that several times. That was a huge, and I could have just stopped from there. But as a content creator, you get bored and you want to just continue to have goals. It's the one thing that keeps you going. So once President Trump shared me a few times, played me on the jumbo screen and whatnot, I wanted to expand my goal. So I wanted to get Elon Musk's attention. What better way to get Elon Musk's attention with 218 million followers, and get a little notoriety for the videos that I've done over the years, and bring a little attention to the supporters of the United Spot as well. So I made over 100 videos of Elon Musk, hoping to get his attention. In that time, it was about a 4-year period. I finally just threw in the towel. Um, it's no longer a goal for me. It's not that I quit. It's just I'm moving on to something else. I'm at the point now to where four years of trying to get Elon's attention, and all I got was one like from Elon Musk. I got a like, and he shared a photo that I made, and that was it. So technically, mission accomplished. It just wasn't the actual mission that I wanted. So, but I'm done making Elon Musk videos. You're welcome. So, Cov Plush, hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you. You're awesome as well. Hang on here real quick. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't really understand how many politicians are actually controlling their state. They bring up Adam Schiff over here. When anybody hears Adam Schiff, they think of snooty elites in California. And this is from Gene. And if you look up who is running California, it would blow your mind. I know they have Adam Schiff, they have Ted Lieu, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters. I know Kamala Harris, even though she's technically out of work, I know that she still has a hand in anything that's going on over there. Then you have your Gavin Newsom, and it's a whole entire crap show over there, and it's crazy. I'm so thankful that I do not live in that place, because in order to even make California even somewhat livable, they had to actually clean up San Francisco um, for the guy to come down from China. Just crazy. Thank you, Aussie Greg. I like doing Adam Schiff's voice. It's fun. What I'd like to do sometime, though, is I'd like to do a behind the scenes, because if you were to see what goes on behind the scenes, it's crazy, crazy. Absolutely, Tammy. Yes, I did thank David Smith for that. That was extremely appreciated. So, David, if you didn't hear me, thank you so much. I did appreciate that very much. And Tammy, I didn't forget about you as well. Thank you for that. And if everybody could do me a huge favor and share out the live, or talk about it with your friends and family, or your next door's neighbors, cousins, sisters, nephews, uncles, dog walker that waves at you at the grocery store. The more word of mouth, the better. And I'm not sure if YouTube is the kind of place where they allow you to do very, very well for a short amount of time and then pull the plug on you. I don't know. I know that Steven Crowder has mentioned it. I know that Dan Bongino has mentioned it as well. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep going. Teacher Lynn, do that again for PayPal. BT Murr 42. I think I'm going to go live 2 times a week. I'm not sure if I'm going to go, what is it, Tuesday? I'm not sure if I'm going to go live again this week or not. I'll let you know. I'm going to give that I'll see what goes on. Do that again for PayPal. Star says, should I tell James you are doing a competing live? Hello. I don't think I'm competing. No, I don't have many. Not too many people see my lives. Not too many people. But hey, Star, how are you? Cold flush, never stop fighting. No, absolutely not. Another video that I did that I thought was really, really funny was with Fauci. And I love doing Fauci's voice because he's just obviously, even though I know he's not that short, but um, I always make him extremely short. And I always love putting a fan on his head. John, thank you so much. Um, oh, if you guys want to see the pay, if you guys got extra money and you want to support the United Spot, hey, I'll show you this link every 5 seconds. Anything honestly would help at this point. Um, and the reason is uh, I've been really I've always begged. Most of the time it's always just been for fun or just go joking around because I know it riles a few people up. But boy, YouTube really did a number on me here in the last 3 or 4 months to where it's been really bad. I had to so here is my PayPal link, and I have a Cash App and I have a PayPal link. Hope you guys. It's in the description. It's actually in the description of this live too. I'm not sure if it's showing up or not, but actually at this point right now, I'm trying to raise about $3,500. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's necessary at this point. So if any of you out there have any friends that just won the lottery, or if you're a company who wants to support a failing business with some, I mean, I do get seen. So uh, I'm seen on actually for some crazy reason, I'm actually doing really well on Facebook. I've never really done this good on Facebook before. I did about maybe 6 years ago. I think I had a total, I believe 6 years ago, I rambled up almost a billion or a little bit over a billion views on Facebook. So about a little over a billion in about a 2 to 3 year period. So, but ever since Kamala lost, Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan, and he had said that Joe Biden had been controlling him, and that he, since Kamala didn't win, he was going to give freedom of speech a try. So just imagine if Kamala would have won. That would have been really, really scary. So if anybody's out there and you guys have a little extra, whether it's $1, $5, 100, or $3,500, if you want to help out the United Spot, uh, obviously, I'm never going to go out of business. I mean, I'll keep the YouTube channel open and everything like that. But if it gets to the point to where I have to go to work 12 hours a day, I'm going to have to do that. I've been blessed to be able to do this for as long as I have. So it's always appreciated if there's anyone out there who can help out to keep this going. So if any of you sponsors out there would like to contact me, you can contact me on Facebook or X. Perfect places, and I respond to almost pretty much everybody unless you send me a very strange picture of something that I really don't want to look at. I definitely respond to everybody that doesn't send me anything that just seems kind of strange. I had an account taken down on Facebook that was it was an account that I had got a message from somebody that looked like it was a Facebook account, and it told me that I was in violation of a community standard and that I needed to log into Facebook. And this was about 9 years ago. And so I clicked on the link. I entered my password and my username, and as soon as I pressed send, my account was gone. So one of my accounts wasn't actually taken down because of censorship or shadow banning or punishment. It was taken down because of my own stupidity. So if you ever get a link, whether it's on X or True Social or Facebook, or even, I don't know if you can get it, messages on YouTube, do not ever click a link, and do not ever sign into anything, because X and Facebook and YouTube will never ask you to sign into anything. So if anybody sends you something saying, hey, you've violated community standards, it's a way for them to take your account away. And it's not an employee, it's a hacker. So don't respond to those messages. John Cass, 10 people have 50 cents, have 50 cents, ramen noodles, can wash with can wash. John, you're funny. John's a great guy. He does a lot of following me, just like Tammy over on X, and it means a lot. Thank you both very much. David Smith, Teacher Lynn, Count Trumpula. You know, I could probably. You know what? I'm gonna post some links here too, just out of absolute desperation. Now we've only got 33 people watching, but I appreciate everybody that's here. So thank you guys for being here. I'm probably gonna shut this down in about 20 minutes or so. Um, Not because there's not that many people in there, just because I have to work on a video. So, but I would like to do this again. I'd like to maybe do this maybe once or twice a week. Um, Let me see something here real quick. Oh, you know what I could have been doing? I could have pressed play. That's awful rude of me. There we go. I know you're not hearing anything, but like I said, I'm just testing the waters to see what they're allowing me to do. I don't want to get flagged from YouTube. Again, I've every time I get a message or an email from YouTube, it's extremely terrifying. I've had so many videos taken down. I've been threatened so many times from them, and it's a terrifying thing, especially with all the work that I've done over the years. It's really scary. Let me see if I can't get into this particular thing here. Nope, I can't get it. So, anyways, got 28 people in here now, so that's awesome. Maybe we could do here. Let's see here. So, how many songs have I done? I've done over three or 400 songs, I believe. I've got three that I've rewritten. The hardest one that I've ever done would have to be Ice Agents Baby with Donald Trump. That was the absolute hardest song that I've ever done because it was such a tongue twister. And if you've ever listened to that particular song, it was just really really hard. Um, Actually, I might even play it because I'm extremely proud of that song. And it did really well on X. That was one of my favorite songs that I've ever done. Um, I did one just recently. It was called. I've done so many videos I can't remember. Something to do with Nancy Pelosi. It was Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, Eric Swalwell, and Jerry Nadler. Um, oh man, I can't remember the name. But they did like a bunch of different songs. Brian 70 Kuda, how are you? 12 with me 12, how are you? Aussie Greg. Let me see here. I was trying to save people the hassle of looking for it. Thank you, Tammy. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to go against my own rule here of not playing any videos with sound. I think I got to get out of this here really quick. Okay, so I'm going to get out of this really quick. And I'm going to Go back here. I think this will be a safe bet, and that way I won't get in any trouble. So the main thing is I don't want to get in any trouble with YouTube again. That's the main reason that I stopped doing the lives is because I was getting in so much trouble. Like every day, I was getting a new email, and it was just ridiculous. Um, I don't know if anybody's following the Diddy trial, but that is just they're going down a completely different. I expect nothing from that either. It's just going to be another belly flop. Belly flop. Um, oh wait, hold on. Okay, so this honestly, I would say out of all of my videos, including the F Joe Biden or Joe Biden, you're an a-hole. I would say that this is probably one of my favorites. I would have to say the Gavin Newsom one is pretty good one too that I like. All the homes are gone. I did a previous recording to that too as well, where when California's leaving, I did that about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I just did one because of the fires. That turned out really well too. But this one, I'm gonna play this one for you guys because I'm actually really proud of this song. So I hope you guys can hear it. Um, for some odd reason, my CPU goes ape shit on your live streams. Brian 70 Kuda. Okay, I'm gonna play this here real quick. Aussie Greg, thank you so much. Keep on fighting TUS. Thank you, me. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Well, before I play this song, I want to say that the whole Diddy thing, I believe, is going to turn out to be exactly the same thing as the Epstein thing. I think nothing's going to be handled. I believe that nobody's going to be arrested other than the key people. I think there's going to be a client list with nobody's name on it. And I think in about 4 or 5, 6 years, they're going to do the exact same thing that they did with the influencers and the binders. And it's pretty disappointing to see that. There's so many important things that could be, investigated or taken care of right now, and nothing's being done. So it's just pretty sad. Bubba's house. Do you do all the impersonations yourself, or do you have a voice program? I do all of them myself. Every single last voice. I do all of them myself, and I know they're annoying, but it's okay. I do all of them. I do Nancy, Hunter, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. I do Hunter Biden. I already said Nancy. AOC. I do T Lab, Rashad. I do Ilhan Omar. I do Dan Crenshaw, Dan Bongino, Cash Patel, Donald Trump, Dan Scavino. I do JD Vance. I do Marjorie Taylor Greene. I do Adam Schiff. I do Jerry Nadler. I do Jill Biden. I do Ashley Biden. I do so many people. It's ridiculous. One of my favorite voices to do, obviously, is Nancy Pelosi, obviously, but I really like doing Jasmine Crockett. I love doing Maxine Waters and Michelle Obama. Um, I think the other voices. I don't know. I don't know if I could particularly pick one that I enjoy the most, but I would say that Nancy Pelosi is the one that I'm most known for over the years. Thank you, David Smith. So basically, with the Keystone Pipeline being finished, is that they've tried to take away the blame of the Biden administration by saying that there's been damage to it, and that's why it hasn't been opened. Which obviously, if you fact check it, or if it's going to come in that favor of that. Biden didn't close down the pipeline; it was damaged, or it was there was some kind of a threat to the pipeline, and that's why it was shut down. But we're never really going to get the actual facts. They kind of tell us everything that they tell us everything they want us to know. They don't really tell us everything we need to know. And the sad part about it is that in this right here, I do comedy, I do parody, but I'm extremely transparent that it's all fake. The accusations and the actual content is real from the current events, but I tie it into a comedy style. But I'm extremely authentic when I say that I am not the news. I'm not the media. I'm not a news source, even though 99% of the videos that I put out are 100% factual. But the thing that really irritates me is that when these big accounts, they claim to be journalists, or they claim to be influencers, or they claim to be this and that and real and all this, and they're spewing out fake news, and people run with it. For example, when Trump was, or actually it was the government that was going to be gifted this plane, everybody went into Bill Clinton got gifted a helicopter, and that wasn't true at all. And it wasn't something that was covered up. It wasn't something that was changed in Google. It never happened. It was a made up account. It was a parody account that was making fun of something, and too many people believed it without fact checking it or researching it at all. And then he ended up sharing it all over the place, and everybody believed that Now, I'm no fan of Bill Clinton. I truly believe that Bill Clinton belongs in prison, along with Hillary, and possibly Chelsea as well, because she's tied into a lot of dirty things. I believe that there's a lot of people, Republican and Democrat, that belong in prison. But I mean, fake news is fake news, and real news is real news. And determining on what you have researched before you share it, just because it meets your agenda and it meets things that you were raised to believe on. You got to research it. It only takes a second to research if something's true or not. So, but I do want to play this video here real quick. Hopefully I didn't lose too many people in that one, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Hang on here for a second.
You'll make America great again. Let's build it. ICE agents, baby. MAGA ICE agents, baby. Illegal stop. Turn around and listen. Trump is back and I'll put you in prison for crossing the border this time. Charging all illegals while the liberals whine. Will I ever stop? Hell no. Lock them all up and send them home. To all the Democrats, I hope you're listening this time. Harboring illegal is a federal crime. Cash will be confirmed real soon. Investigating all you do, nothing but fools. Elon is triggering snowflakes, exposing all the money that USA takes. Bondi Hague says Tulsi on the way. The Democrats are done because my staff don't play. Illegals try and cross my borders, all will solve it. Fuck around and find out when my VP resolves it. Yeah. MAGA ICE agents, baby. Yeah. MAGA ICE agents, baby. Yeah. MAGA ICE agents, baby. Yeah. Now the Democrats are freaking, cause the lies of DEI and all the fraud I'm leaking. Quick to file them all, they're shaking. I'm locking them up for the laws they're breaking. Genders, this is still only two. Men are not allowed in a female's bathroom. Crazy that this had to be a law. Hunter might be pardoned, but not the paper straw. Plastic is coming back real soon. Ukraine where's all the money that Sleepy Joe sent you? TDS is on the new high, watching all the lips cry. Should I stop? Nah, I just wave high, watching all the snowflakes melt while I help America try to tighten its belt. The Dems don't want to play ball, so I continue to RFK. Eat more healthy, all Gaza Strip. Don't worry, I got you. Pelosi and Truman can no longer haunt you. Freedom! Let's try this one more time. Me with the truth when the Democrats lie. Ready for the impeachment they'll try. I can promise one thing, AOC is gonna cry. If there is a problem, I promise I'll solve it. America is back and I'm just getting started. Yeah. MAGA ICE agents, baby. Yeah. Yo, man, let's make America great again. Word to Ilhan's brother.
Sorry about that, guys. I wanted to thank Suzanne and John Castaneda for their donation on PayPal. Thank you for that donation. I appreciate that, and everybody that donated to the United Spot on YouTube today through a super thanks. Appreciate that. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's see. So basically, that song that I just played was one of my favorites. I've done over, I believe, a little over 300 music videos that I had to rewrite a song to fit the current events that are going on. And it sounds pretty easy, but it's extremely hard, especially to rewrite it and then to actually sing it. So, but I was talking with a friend of mine who had asked me if I'd ever consider doing a Pearl Jam song to one of these, and I said there was a song that they did. I have no idea what they said, but it was like one of their most popular songs ever, and nobody has any idea what was said. So I was thinking about maybe doing something for that with Nancy Pelosi, just having a song that absolutely had, you couldn't make out any of the words, and I think maybe that would work out well. But Tammy, how are you? Stacy Black, Brian 70 Kuda, David Smith, Graham Hicks, Bill McMonigal, Captain Spaulding, Aussie Greg, John Castaneda, Star, David Smith, Kay Clark. Thank you all for being here. James Beaver, Chastity Renee, Teacher Lynn, Marco. Rob Ringler. I believe, I'm not sure if that's the same Rob Ringler. I believe that there's a Rob Ringler that shares a lot of my content on Facebook. I'm not sure if that's the same Rob Ringler. If I'm saying that wrong, I get sidetracked a lot. But if that is, thank you for sharing. 12 if me, 12 Bubba's house. I think what I want to do now, because I'm going to probably close this down here in a few minutes. Nancy Pelosi, ASMR, please. ASMR. Huh. ASMR. All right, so I just looked up. Oh, thank you, Rob Ringler. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. So apparently ASMR is an autonomous sensory meridian response, and I have zero idea what that means. I have zero idea what that means. So, Graham, if you can explain that, I'd be happy to appease your needs here. I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel real quick because I'm gonna read some comments on some of the newest videos here, and hopefully you guys are in the comment section somewhere. So I'm gonna go to this. Okay. So this video I posted yesterday. I've been adding some really long descriptions to kind of describe. I've never really been a description guy. So I'm trying everything I possibly can out to see if things work. But 200, 2008, Big Mike finally found someone who appreciates his home cooking. The news and ASL. I didn't think anyone could create satire from a story that already sounded like satire. Nice work. And I do take a lot of pride in that because it is not easy to make the Democrats look even more silly than they actually are. I would never in a million years believe that I could possibly create content from an already circus. It's almost like trying to make the circus even more ridiculous. But I was able to find a way with your guys' help. I was able to find a way. So, Liz Boudica, that was the moment the politicians changed from being puppets to becoming the laughing stock. Tony, Michelle Obama rocked his world. Sweet Tea, old Bridget keeping her little boy in check. Take that. Deblatitious, you guys are hilarious. This is some funny. Thank you. Jacqueline, the funniest part was the look on his face, both when it happened and when he found out. It was seen and videoed. James Weaver, he got a soft spot for Big Mike. Don Brown, it could have been worse. He could have surrendered to Germany after that defeat. NATO summit. For the algorithms. Woot woot. Cheers, TUS. Good stuff. I needed a good laugh. Hot cucumber. So, I mean, judging from the comments section, and I thank you all so much for the comments. I mean, there's quite a few people that actually like my work. Thanks for the laughs, TUS. I always think that you guys are just exaggerating for humor, but then I find out that you guys are telling it just like it is. Simply wonderful. Thank you for your hard work and talent. Your videos are always helpful. Thank you for the new knowledge. Actually, that's funny satire. This was hilarious. The channel is good when the Hobots are the first. Yeah, I've never quite understood Stick and Rudder. Stick Rudder 4332. I've never quite understood why I have bots, and they're like weird bots too. They're like always half dressed. Monkey grab orange. Ooh, too far. The United spot is in the Bible from Meerkat Moon. Tammy, has anyone seen my comment? It seems to be missing. Can someone please help me find my comment? It appears to have been slapped right out of the comment section. That's a man, but she's so pretty. This came out fast. So here it is. Here's one of them. This is M10N22HT5YTINHNH-C. Sounds like maybe I don't know, maybe it's just from Germany. I don't know. So we're going to translate this one to English, and it says, "I shot this video to my mom, and now she wants to be a blogger too. It looks like we have a family project." And if you look at the profile picture, it's where somebody uses. That's where people use the restroom. I don't know why this person is in my comment section, but every time I upload a video, they're always the first people to make a comment, and I have no idea who they are. Good thing, William. See, I love these kind of comments right here. These are the comments right here that, not that anybody else's comments don't mean anything, because all of them mean a lot to me, but these are the kind of comments that make me continue to do this. William says, "Good thing my coffee wasn't ready yet when I saw this, or it would have been all over the monitor." That's pretty awesome. And this one right here, Jeffrey Morris, Tina has beautiful lips. I really don't know who Tina is. This is a great comment right here. Will Smith might have something to say. Yeah, so thank everybody. Thank you for the comments. Let's see what else we got here. This is the one that I posted this morning. This was great. I want to see how many this one got here real quick. It's hard to even look at the videos anymore because I get so sad. I get really sad when I see the comments, or not that necessarily the comments, but when I see the views. I've contacted YouTube many times too, and they always keep telling me everything's fine. There's nothing wrong with my channel, and everything's performing as usual. So maybe I'm the one that's crazy. I don't know. But I want to see this here real quick.
All right, Comey. Let's cut the beach face.
Let's see some of the comments on this right here. 141 comments. So we'll go to top comments. Okay, so Comey for treason. Comey ran the FBI into the ground. Love this. I can truly see Dan Bongino acting this way in an interrogation. Communist Comey for prison. This is probably how it will go. Yeah, you guys are great. Thank you very much for all this. Greg, Comey has it, got it. I love that. Skippy, Reed for the algorithms. Next, the United Spot should do a satirical video about this interrogation. See, now that right there is a great, great comment. I love those kind of comments. Well, there was one comment that shook me. They said, "I thought the United Spot did satire videos," and I love those kind of comments. Those are just great. He's never going to get arrested, though. That's the unfortunate part. He's never going to get arrested. So that's the sad thing. Hang on here real quick. I hope everybody's having a great day today. It is officially Tuesday. Tomorrow will be Wednesday, and I have a video that I've been working on. I've got the script ready, and I definitely want to do something with it, but I don't know if I want to waste the time on it because it's going to take me a while. But I've been definitely trying out to see if I'm able to do it or not. So hopefully it comes out here soon, and I'm hoping everybody watches it. So I'm going to take the advice of some great people, and I'm going to start doing these lives here. Maybe a couple days a week. Maybe a couple days a week should work. I think so. You guys don't get tired of me. Um, I've heard several comments from people saying that I do too many videos and they all kind of come out the same. And it's weird too because looking at my videos from an outside perspective, that's the one thing that I try not to do. I try not to make any of my videos the same. Every video is a different story or a different topic. Um, the characters may seem the same because obviously I'm not going to change Trump's voice or Nancy's voice, but every situation that I do is something that's in the current events, something breaking news, or maybe something from the past. Um, but that would be like saying, the Simpsons need to, you know, change their voice. I don't know. It's really strange. Um, and that's the other thing too, is like all these things that are, like Letitia James, Fannie Willis, uh, Alvin Bragg, and Jack Smith. They're never going to see a day in jail. Nancy Pelosi will never go to prison. Adam Schiff will never go to prison. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, they're never going to go to prison. Fauci, Gates, none of them. They're just, it's really sad to see something like that happen with, everything that they've been accused of. I mean, especially Ilhan Omar. And then if you search up, did Ilhan Omar marry her brother? I will say there is no evidence stating that she married her brother and that Ilhan has denied it. And then you have politicians saying that she married her brother, but nothing's done about it. Nothing's done. And I'm the kind of person to where I used to be a cheerleader for Nate Campbell. Great to see you here today. I used to be a cheerleader for politicians years ago, long time ago. And this was a great song too, "Leaving the USA." I've always, well, it wasn't until about maybe 6 years ago I stopped being a cheerleader for politicians um, because they don't do anything. And quite honestly, they've never done anything. And I get into some heated arguments when I go on to a certain accounts and I, do spaces or I talk, and people get really defensive over the people that they support. And I ask them, okay, well, what have they done? I give them a chance. I give them a chance to talk. And I say, well, I'm not asking if they're loud. I'm not saying that they don't post. I'm not saying that they, they're sitting there saying and promising. I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I say, what have they done? And they can't. None of them. They can come up with an answer. None of them. And this isn't just for the Democrats. This isn't just for the liberals. This is for both sides. And nobody can give me a clear answer. And they get really upset. They get really defensive. And then I ask them, what have they done? Because realistically, nobody in politics does anything. It's just a revolving door. And it's just nothing gets, it's like the Truman Show. It's every single day. It's the same exact thing. Nothing gets done. We're just, sent off into these little distractions. We're sent to these different distraction sites, and then we get preoccupied with life and everything, and nothing's being done. And so, literally, to sum up my story, when I finish talking to these people and saying, what have they done? And they can't come up with a complete answer. I tell them, what have they done? What have they done? And they finally snap and just say, you know what, you're blocked. and that's the end of it. So I'm hoping that people will see that really they're not doing anything. They the one thing that they are doing is that they're wearing extremely nice clothes. They have zero worries as far as finances go. Most of their life consists of a script that's already pre-written for them. They just read it, and that's their life. And I would not want to be a politician. Absolutely not. I know that a lot of people don't consider what I do a job. I consider it a job. I work really hard at what I do, and I love what I do. I honestly, I really, really love this job. Um, I just wish that YouTube would allow me to at least uh, pay some of my bills. Maybe someday they will. Um, but I really, I truly, and not even just the video part of it. I love the people that have created a community here on YouTube and X and even Facebook and True Social. It's an incredible feeling to know that. And I'm not trying to say that I'm some great person, that does all these wonderful things, but to be able to make somebody laugh, that is really cool. That is really, really cool. When I get messages from people, like I said, I'm not saying I'm some superhero. I'm just saying that I'm extremely proud that I'm able to make people laugh. I get messages from people saying that my videos helped them during 2020, or they helped them during a certain part of their life, to where they would zone out and watch a few of my videos to laugh a little bit. And that's really cool. Very, very cool. Big Slinky, you're very okay as well. Um, so it's an hour and 17 minutes. I think I'm going to go ahead and take off now. And I want to thank everybody for being here today. I'm assuming that I will do this again maybe in a couple days. I don't want to do this too much, but if you could tell your friends and family that the United Spot is going to go live again, let's say Sunday. Sunday sounds like a good day. Sunday. Thursday or Sunday. Thursday or Sunday. Let's call it Thursday. Let's do Thursday. We'll do Thursday. We'll do Thursday. So thank you guys so much for being here today. And I hope to see you guys on Thursday. I'm going to do it again on Thursday. I think I'll start around 8:30 Eastern time, maybe 8 o'clock Eastern time. That might work. So that would be 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So Thursday, um, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And I will definitely remember the 30-minute notification, Tammy. Thank you. Thank you for recommending this, Tammy. I appreciate it. And we're going to give this a try and see if I don't get any more notifications from YouTube with red flags. And that's the reason. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the support. It means a lot. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And I will see you all on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And you guys are awesome. Thank you for the donations today. That meant a lot. It really did. So thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.